And for our mindfulness meditation together, as always, allow me to invite you to be still. Let your physical body just be still. Let your body breathe, nose and tummy, with your eyes closed and your mind awake. Feel the peace. Feel the stillness that's already inside your body, your very own calmness. The more you feel it, the more you're aware of it, the stronger it becomes. Our emotions are fueled by our awareness. You are fueling the emotion of peace, serenity, and calmness right now by looking for the feeling of peace, feeling for the feeling of peace, recognizing the sensations of peace inside your body. Allowing this beautiful, sublime emotion of calmness just to be there in the background of your awareness, as I invite you to use the incredible power of your mind, your ability to think with your 5 inner senses. I will guide you through the whole process as you enjoy your stillness, peacefulness, and serenity. Feeling your heartfelt calmness, allow your mind to drift onto a subject that's present in your life at the moment, something that you would like to feel happier about. A reoccurring event, a reoccurring emotion that in the past, up until now, has felt uncomfortable to you. Going back in time now. Travel back in time with your mind's eye to a time, a point, a day, several days before this event occurs. If it can't be days, several hours is enough. My invitation to you is to do your best, because your best is always good enough. Do your best to see, to feel, to sense the myriad of tiny signpost events that leads up to this unwanted event. You probably know some of them already. You already have awareness of some of the precursor signposts. Using your mind's eye, listening to your inner voice, your thoughts within inside your head, using your inner ear, the ear of your mind. Have a look, have a listen, have a feel for what comes, what gives you the information you need in the run-up to the event that in the past, up until now, used to make you feel really uncomfortable. Track it all the way through until the event happens. When you get to the event, stop and just go back to calm. If you've identified 3 or 4 signposts that tell you this event is going to take place, that is more than enough. Notice how the earlier the sign, the smaller it is, the harder it is to spot. The further you are away from the event in time, the smaller the signs are. They're harder to spot, harder to read. Now you're in meditation, you can see them clearly. Your logical mind will be pointing you in the right direction right now. Let me offer you an example. Let's take eating sugar, sweet foods. Before you actually eat something that's unhealthy for you, that you know is unhealthy for you, something you wish to reduce or stop eating altogether, there will be a whole series of events. Some of those events will be emotional inside you. Some of them will be cognitive thoughts in words, and some of them may even be sensory in your physical body. Let me give you an example. Usually, when we desire toxic foods, usually the salt or the sugar spectrum of food, first of all, at some point, we start along a road, probably a familiar old road, of experiencing an emotion of discomfort in some way. Some minor thing will maybe go wrong, and we'll have a feeling of discomfort about that thing. It might be that you simply have a thought habit which creates regular feelings of discomfort in your heart and in your tummy. And in the past, up until now, your response to that small feeling of discomfort could well have been to ignore it. Until a few minutes, maybe a few hours later, that feeling has grown to something a little bit bigger. And you ignore it again. And again, and again, until all of a sudden you find yourself halfway through a giant bar of chocolate or a 6-pack of crisps. In this meditation right now, you are tracking the events that occur inside you, the emotions and the thoughts. Let me offer you a question. What's the earliest thought that you can spot that leads to this unwanted event? What do you say to yourself? It's probably an old pattern. You've probably said it many, many times. See if you can spot it. Doesn't matter if you can't. We have 4 other senses. What's the name of the emotion that usually you use the sugar or the salt or whatever it is to remove or change in your body? What name would you put on that emotion, that feeling, that emotional feeling? Have a go at naming it. If you can't, it doesn't matter. Just sense it. Just recognize it. That's all you need to do. The power of self-awareness is doing the work for you. This is just recognizing and experiencing recognition. Is there a sensation in the physical body, in your physical body, that you find maybe is a signpost, occurs before the main event? If there is, notice it. Is it in your skin? Is it inside your body? Is it in your heart, in your tummy? Is it elsewhere in your body? The next question. What are the precursor events? What takes place in your life? Very small, tiny events that lead up to the main event. What usually happens? Is it something that you are doing or not doing? Or is it somebody else that is doing it within your environment or not doing something? Just notice the pattern. Notice how life offers you very gentle signs, slowly getting bigger and bigger before it delivers the main event. Because your awareness is now placed upon these signs, they're becoming clearer and clearer for you. You can see them, understand them, recognize them. You are identifying your early warning system. Now you have a good idea, a clearer idea of the lead up to the main event. You're in a wonderfully powerful position. Like any chain, it is only as strong as the individual links. Somewhere there'll be a weak link, but if there's not, it doesn't matter. You can cut that chain, break that chain at any point. By choosing to react differently at any point in that journey towards the main event, you are making change. You are sabotaging an ancient pattern. Anything new will break the pattern, anything at all, even doing nothing. If in the past, up until now, this very moment, you have missed or ignored or chosen to ignore the signposts, allow this very moment to be a decision-making point where you choose to do something different. What does your wonderful intelligence, your wonderful insightfulness tell you would be a wise thing to do? What action would you wisely do or not do that's different, that's new? Let me offer you a very simple example. What do you think would happen if, as you spotted a sugar craving, for example, slowly growing, as you spot the signs towards the main event, if you were to have a pint of warm water, what do you think? What do you sense? What does your intelligence tell you might happen to that journey towards the main event? If having a pint of water isn't the usual thing that you would do, then this is something new, and you have broken the chain. You've disrupted the pattern. You've brought your conscious mind in and made a conscious new decision. The old pattern now ceases to exist. It cannot play out. With just 1 minute or less of this meditation to go, in a moment I'll leave you with your thoughts and with your awareness, your new understanding. So just before we finish our mindfulness meditation, just come back straight into your body. Feel the peace in your heart, in your tummy. Feel the solid ground underneath your feet. Notice the light coming in through your eyelids. And when you're ready, simply open your eyes and notice how good you feel.